Hey everyone, you're tuned into another episode of Getting Cheezy with Van Jeezy. I'm Van.
Do, 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 do. I'm Jeezy.
Welcome to the circus, everyone. Uh, recent update here: Earl Thomas, formerly of the Baltimore Ravens, I say formerly because he was cut. Seven-time Pro Bowler got let go after an altercation on the field with his teammate Chuck Clark. He punched him.
What the fuck? Let me ask you this:
So
Is
he got
Earl?
his contract terminated for personal conduct that adversely affected the team, and they're trying to get 10 milli out of his contract voided, so they don't owe him.
Is Earl Thomas still a top tier back,
I think.
defensive back?
I think so.
Like,
I think
is
so.
he? Is he top 10 in the league?
I I think so.
I I feel like I think so too. I he'll probably end up somewhere, but this is pretty egregious. I feel like
I
I
never understood dudes punching dudes in pads and helmets. Never understood that. It doesn't make sense. Your fist is not going to go through metal and hard plastic. But they're going to take a $15 million salary cap for releasing him unless they can void that 10 million guaranteed salary. So,
quick side note from
John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh says it's his time. So here we go. I mean, what else? Oh, I'm sorry. He's talking about the young guy to step up. But what are you going to do? I mean, so here's the question: does he come to Green Bay?
no.
Yes, correct. No.
So the one thing I will say, it does say here, ESPN writing in about it, says the Dallas Cowboys are the leading contender to sign Thomas.
He's
So,
been very clear about wanting to go there. So
so
whatever.
I mean, I think if he goes somewhere, he'll be there. I heard a couple other places, but I think Dallas is probably the place that'll accept controversy and all, whatever he's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Um, I'm going to bring it down here to bring it back up in a minute. So bringing it down, Ron Rivera, he left Carolina, went to the Washington football team, which is weird to say, Washington football team. Unfortunately, found out that he has squamous cell cancer. What is squamous cell cancer?
Isn't it?
Squamous.
Isn't it lymph? Isn't that a
Lymph
lymph?
node. Yeah, lymph node. But what is squamous? I don't know. Maybe it's a type of it. Um,
Squamous.
but basically, he's saying I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I know I'm going to struggle, so I do need help from my coaches. I'm going to ask everybody to help and stand up. And there's going to be days where I can't be on the field, and if that's the case, we'll have a plan B. He said the prognosis is good. They caught it early, so he's fairly confident. He can't wait to get it started and get it over with. So he'll go through chemotherapy and proton therapy, and there'll be plenty of rehab and things like that. So it sounds like maybe this is caught at the best time you can catch it, but we're still going to be thinking about him as the season goes on here.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough situation. You never want to see that. You never want to see somebody seriously ill, and I think we can have some optimism, obviously, with a still holding some concern for him, given that it's found early, and obviously he'll be in our thoughts.
Yeah. So same guy, Ron Rivera, but a happier note. But I mean, he's a little nervous because he's watching Alex Smith in practice.
I know. I cannot believe Alex Smith is on the field.
Alex Smith had a very gruesome leg injury, like Joe Theismann-esque. Um,
Joe
was it?
Theismann. Joe Theismann came on and commented about Alex Smith's injury. Said Alex Smith's injury was worse.
Yeah, yeah. And wasn't that like 2 years ago this happened?
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been at least 2 years.
It's been a while since I have.
I think it's technically 2.5 years because I think it was mid-season kind of thing, and he was.
I forget, but
Is that not right?
Ron Rivera says he's
Don't quote me on that time frame.
he says he's nervous about him in practice, but he says he looks good in in 9-on-9 drills, looking real good. And then I found a video on Facebook of him like walking out of the rehab facility and his kids like family celebrating with him, spraying him with champagne and shit. And I saw someone posted a pretty good meme too, of like if you watch his feet, like as he's walking out, he's got his one leg wrapped up, right? You watch his feet as he's walking out, his off leg that's not injured towards the end of it, he like steps off of his sandal and like tweaks his ankle a little bit. And you're like, oh no, no, not the other one. Watch towards the very end. Are you watching it? Like towards the very end, his like ankle slips out and it's like,
it's so fun because they're like, I don't even know what those drinks are. They could be.
it's probably sparkling grape juice.
Yeah, it's probably whatever.
That
but
shit
they're
is
like
awesome,
showering.
by the way. That shit's
They're like
awesome.
showering him with these. They shook him up and they're just everywhere spraying him. It's just a fun.
It's good. It's good
time.
fun stuff. And the last bit of news here, maybe not fun but encouraging. The NFL has conducted 77 COVID-19 tests, and they've all returned negative for 11.
So that is correct, but
but
those 77 tests all came back falsely positive first.
Ooh.
And then those tests were sent back and rerun, and it was found that they were all negative. So the big news is that these are false positives that came about using that big national testing firm.
This can't be only 77, right? Because every player is being tested.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So 77 of
there were 77 false
positives.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of false positives that are coming out from 11 different teams after being rerun by the lab in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They just said, quote from BioReference, who I think is the company that's running it, says, our investigation indicated that these were most likely false positive results caused by an isolated contamination during test preparation in the New Jersey laboratory.
Oopsie. Someone sneezed into the test tube.
It do be like that.
Just drooled on it a little bit, like eating Cheez Its, just like
whoops.
It says the NFL uses 5 labs across the country to test all 32 teams. I wonder if they're like taking swabs and like shipping them, like putting them on a courier service and like speeding out to the lab.
I think it is. I think
like
they said they wanted to only use national labs because they didn't want to deplete local local resources.
Interesting. Well, good to hear that everybody's safe.
So with that, that's what's new this week, and we'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.